Ecology is about ego. It's about you and me, who we want to be. It's about the compromises we're not willing to make in the pursuit of a kind of personal excellence. Heard an interview recently with a vegan activist who is going to jail. What did she have to say for herself? Oh, it isn't about me. It isn't about me sitting in a cage. It isn't about my trial, my verdict, my fundraiser, people donating money to support my cause. It's about the animals. Can you imagine a bodybuilder coming on camera with the same kind of phony humility and saying, look guys, this is not about me. It's not about my body. It's not about my muscles. It's not about my sex life. No. This is all about the weights. It's all about moving a heavy object from point A to point B. There's a pile of weights, and I'm trying to move them from one side of the room to the other. Bodybuilding. It's all about the weights. There's a certain kind of egoism required in becoming a well-read person. You have to have an attitude. Whether or not you've ever articulated it to someone else, whether or not you've even thought it through, articulated it to yourself, you have to have an attitude that other people's opinions about the text are not good enough. You have to interrogate the text for yourself. You have to investigate the primary sources for yourself. You have to know history, politics, philosophy, whatever it may be. You're not going to rely on what the Wikipedia article tells you. You're not going to rely on what the Google artificial intelligence, search results summary tells you, or some YouTuber, someone like me tells you, right? There are so many secondary sources of information. It would be so easy to compromise, and a more authentically humble person would be satisfied with those secondary sources, but not you. You decide, this isn't good enough for me. On some level, there's a better person you want to be. So you've got to do the reading for yourself. And step by step as the years go by, right? One research project after another, one investigation after another, you become a well-read person. And it cannot possibly be paired with this kind of humility. Humility is for the people who resign themselves to lifelong ignorance, indolence, self-indulgence, conformism, and compromise. I knew another vegan activist. She's probably not vegan anymore. She's definitely not an activist anymore. Mod vegan, Margaret. And she admitted to me, and this was not in a private conversation, there were other people in the room, she admitted to me that she still wore leather shoes. She had, I think, both shoes and boots that were leather, maybe a few other objects she mentioned. And she was self-righteous about it too. Like, okay, so she's got a YouTube channel. She's not merely vegan. She's presenting herself as a leader in the movement. She's collecting donations. She's making money on YouTube. Even if it's only $100 a month. Now, I don't know how much money she made. But even if it's only $100 a month, how many months would it be until you had enough money to buy yourself a new pair of shoes? But there's some kind of phony humility there. Margaret was not poor. She had the money. But who am I to throw these boots in the garbage? Who am I to throw these leather shoes in the garbage and say, that's not good enough for me? Whether it's your refusal to use a plastic bag or, your refusal to use makeup or shampoo that's made out of whale blubber. It's a real thing. Killing whales to make cosmetics and cleaning products. That's a real thing. I've talked about it before on this channel. It's crazy. It's about who I am and the compromises I can't make. The compromises I have to refuse. Why? Because of ego. Now, there are people who complain that the vegan movement was destroyed by the egotism of its leaders, right? by the shallow self-obsession of its leaders. I do think that is as absurd as complaining that a bodybuilder or a bodybuilding movement or a gym was destroyed by the vanity, by the egoism of the bodybuilders. What's it all about? Like, what is it other than vanity and other than egoism and self-interest that you thought was supposed to be fueling bodybuilding? I mean, this is ultimately about your life, about your autobiography. Do you want that next chapter of your autobiography to be in jail? To be in a cage? That's the choice vegan activists are making, right? Again, whether you're a bodybuilder, I think it would be ridiculous to look at the phenomenon of BookTube, doing book reviews on YouTube, book reviews on social media, and say this is fueled by, vitiated by, destroyed by the egotism of the people involved. Why? Why would anyone step up to the task of offering a book review of Aristotle, of Plato, a book that has been reviewed 100 times before, right? Because you have some sense of confidence that my perspective, my opinion about Aristotle, about Plato, matters. We could use a contemporary source. We could use a 19th century literary source. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be an ancient source, right? There's something important about me. There's some kind of egoic delusion, right? You have the egoism to say, I have to read this for myself. I have to know. I have to go through the process of learning and analysis. Maybe I have to make the mistakes for myself. I have to make errors of interpretation, right? And then I have to come on YouTube and share it with you, or I have to come on my podcast, right? Can you see where I'm going with this? Like, who now is going to stand up and oppose global warming? Not for the sake of the glaciers, not for the sake of the icebergs, not for the sake of the polar bears, but for the sake of the better person that you could be 5 years from now. Who is going to stand up and do it just to be a real man?